Okay, hello and welcome to my Castlevania 64 Reinhardt tutorial that I've been meaning to make for quite some time. I'm going to pretty much get right into it and try to get this done as fast as possible. I've already failed this a number of times and it's still going to probably take me a while to get it completed, but we'll see what happens here. If you need any help or are confused on some point, just go back in the video and pause and take a closer look at it as far as like positioning and some things of that sort, because I really can't explain too much into it because I am going to do the full run at full speed and try to explain everything that's going on at the same time. So it'll kind of be messy, so you will definitely probably have to go back and rewatch some certain parts if you were confused on things here or there, but we'll get right into it. So Force of Silence, you do need to make sure that all your jumps are very clean. Obviously jumping is the fastest way to go. But you honestly, through every jump, you shouldn't hear him like run on the ground at all. It should just be almost in the air 24/7. So you have to whip this, walk to it, whip, whip. You kind of need to delay your whips because for some reason it doesn't hit if you do it as fast as possible. I run away from the gate so that lag goes away. Pick up any jewels or power-ups if you get. Now there's a Harry Potter scar like right here. I go right like below that scar or that black marking in order to make him swing at you, and then there's another spot where he does the same thing, which is just a bunch of black pebbles really that I'm standing on right now. It's a very odd texture and a very odd thing to look at, but once you play the game enough, you'll kind of realize where it is, and it's not too hard to find, in all honesty. You don't have to sit here and hit this guy. You have to wait for him to go past. Run up to him so that he tries to swing as soon as possible. If once he hits the bone club down on the ground twice, he summons both skeletons, and then you can kill him or stun him, and then both skeletons will die, and hopefully they pick up some good items for you. So I jump on this rock to jump over the tree. I make sure you kill as many skeletons as you possibly can. The whip is pretty short, but if there's a skeleton in your way, kill it so that lag goes away. Now I make sure to grab all these torches like to the right, or I try to at least. Because honestly, the torch will actually push you. If you could see there, Reinhardt got pushed a little bit. So I kind of want him getting pushed in the direction that he's going to be exiting. I do a bunch of small hops here just so that I don't have a weird jump that accidentally makes me jump off or something there. So the bats shouldn't hit you here. Jump here, whip, press R, whip again to kill the bat. Wait for that guy to take like 3 steps and then jump over here. If you're anywhere in the area, he'll just walk off and die, and it's easy. Nice power-up drops. Jewels and power-ups are what you're looking for. Once he does his second roar, that's when you can technically jump across. I always run on the left side. A blue skeleton will almost spawn there like 99% of the time. Again, if you can kill anything, kill it. You're looking for holy water as well. Very rare to see a holy water get dropped, but if it happens, pick it up. You're simply looking for 2 power-ups and 15 jewels, and since we already have that, we can move on. Unless you find like 10 more jewels or something along the way. Oh, I barely hit that, but okay. So you're simply looking to run into that. There's simply a corner on that slope that you're looking to hit, and when you hit it, you are going to be able to fall off the slope, and that's going to allow you to do a slope jump. That's funny. What are you doing there, fella? Don't worry, he won't bother you. You'll see that from time to time. He causes lag, which is unfortunate, but he's just going to do his own thing. Okay, so I would recommend using the moon card once you pull the lever, but I'm just going to use it up here to waste some time in some areas to help out the tutorial. Okay, so this is where your holy water is. I could have picked up that jewel as well, but the knife was by it and I didn't really feel like trying it. That skeleton. Again, skeletons spawn in such weird areas. It's all RNG really. So I whip one bat. You need to make sure you're jumping quite quickly or else the werewolf will actually catch up to you. So if you fail a jump at that point, honestly just wait for him to attack you. Before even jumping across, because he will probably hit you at the worst possible time. So you normally want to get to this lever and pull it at around 4:15. Like, not in-game time, but where your splits should be. And like an average Force of Silence is around like 5:20. Okay, so there is a rock directly to the left of me right now that holds 10 joules and a power-up and chicken. I highly recommend getting them if, obviously, if you don't have 2 power-ups or 15 joules. It's just better to throw holy water at the rock. It's the easiest way to kill it. So as long as you're on this final texture that's randomly just out, the motor skeletons will spawn. You need to get in between both legs here to do simply these crotch jumps, which simply just make him not run away. He'll just move forward and then swing at you, which is what you're looking to have happen every time. If you're too far away from him, he will not do such things. And you want to get him like right in the middle of this platform. I even messed that up. Nice. It's because that second whip was terrible, but if you do it correctly, he'll land exactly on this texture and fall into the river and die immediately, which is what's supposed to happen there. You also do need to realize that any damage you take in Force of Silence will be a go into castle walls if Bone Mom is to fall into the water there. This is just strictly platforming. You need to be kind of fast to get this jump, but it's not too hard. And everything else you kind of have to wait for. Dodge that. Just keep on jumping. I usually do small jumps here to get through, but you have to wait for the next 2 platforms. Like, you can't make that jump, that's for sure. Once the guillotine comes down, that's usually when you can go. Kill that bat, or else you'll die, and you can make that jump every time. Okay. So this is Hydra, which is kind of an awkward spot. You're going to have to pause for this one for sure. I jump up here to get a better camera angle, and there's a black box that I land on right now. I'm like right by it. I get to like the far right edge. Oh boy. And you're just going to want to spam holy water. Oh my god, this is terrible. You can always pick up a free jewel there. There's knives everywhere, but for some reason, when you're getting pushed by their heads, you're just grabbing a jewel 100% of the time. I'm not sure why. Careful not to grab a knife there. Use a holy water here to try and break this box. Are you serious right now? Oh my god, that's irritating. There's 50 jewels here. You'll want all of them. More the merrier. Slide here, back hop. Hold right so that you can grab this left tower key and then move on. You can skip this tower that I'm going into, but again, that'll be for a later video. It's way too hard on Reinhardt right now. But again, you also can do long hops up these stairs. It's just kind of easier to do it with small hops because then you can kind of realize your positioning kind of fixes itself and you can adjust accordingly. Always jump on the first and third platform. It's easier that way. Now these platforms, okay, I'll pause for this situation because you won't have to. So you already kind of saw that there's one platform. Do I really not have, oh my god, hold on one second. Can I make it so that my, can I not? Wow, I really wish I could move my mouse cursor. Why can't I? Monitor capture properties. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so on the right side, there was 2 platforms. The one on the left turned upward so that I can jump on it. The one behind it was upside down. Now here's all you need to know about these 2 platforms. They're really weird with how they work. But the first platform always flips after 2 seconds, no matter what. It just keeps flipping every 2 seconds, or like 3 seconds, whatever. The one on the right, however, is always facing up 75% of the time. And it's kind of weird with how it works, but if you see it upside down, you can definitely go for it, because it, for some reason, it'll stay front side up for like 7 seconds and then it'll finally flip, but it won't stay upside down for 7 seconds. It only stays upside down for that 3 seconds and then flips back up. So like that last platform is almost always facing up the entire time, so that's not really the one you need to worry about. You just need to make sure that you're using your time properly to get the first one. Right now it just flipped face up, so I should still have like a second to get on it and jump to the next one. It's going to be kind of close, but you'll see it'll work out just fine, I think. So honestly, those both platforms flipped at the same time, because that one was upside down and it flips immediately, no different than the other one. But that's kind of how you can tell between those two platforms. That's their patterns. It's kind of annoying to deal with, but you'll figure it out. It's not too hard. Alright, so if I press Z and A at the same time, I slide and then jump in midair. That's kind of the fastest way to get through this stage. And then you can jump right out and get into Villa. Okay. So just whip these dogs. It doesn't matter when you kill them because the third dog is all time-based anyway. It has nothing to do with how fast you kill these. These dogs will sometimes drop jewels. I always stand about here to throw holy water because you want to kill that dog as fast as possible. And holy water can insta-kill dogs. Make sure you stand about here so that the other dog jumps over you. If you're too far back, you'll just get lunged at. And then I try and one-shot this hellhound as well with holy water, but that was I was a little too far to the left. Grab this roast beef. Honestly, having 1 or 2 healing items is good for this because you'll need it for dual tower anyway. Try and make some fancy jumps. There's also a bunch of, well, hold on. Here, I always walk a little bit forward and press right, or R, and then you have to jump on the railing in order to avoid a cutscene, or a boss battle actually. Just grab that ledge, pull yourself up, get to the door as fast as possible. You're looking to get into this next room between the times of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. That's why we used the moon card where we did, so that we would get to this very cutscene within those hours. It's where you meet Rosa. Nothing big there. There's a nice 10 jewels right here. It's not a bad spot to pick them up. You shouldn't need them, but you could go for it. Okay, so this is where we meet Vincent. There's a text box skip that happens here. You need to kind of walk directly into this corner, and as soon as Vincent turns, you see 2 text boxes happen at the same time. That's how you do a text box skip. You gather Vincent's key from that, and you can move on. There's another one in Castle Center that I probably won't be able to do here, but I'll make a separate video for that on how to do that as well. So for this fight, take a step forward, throw 2 holy waters, and then whip. Pick up whatever he drops. You need to wait about a half a second after he dies before you can open the door anyway. So it's better to use that time to just grab whatever he drops, because if he dropped a sub-weapon, there's holy water right there. Pick the garden key. Oh god, this room is very wonky. I don't recommend jumping in it. You're just way too tall and fat. Make a long hop here. Also, you need to realize that if you do proper jumps, you can actually do a standing jump as soon as you open a door. Also, these glass soldiers drop jewels like 100% of the time. There is a there's one time I've ever seen one drop a knife. But do a standing jump to get into this cutscene. I do a side hop to the left. I do another standing jump here to get to this gate properly, even though you don't need to. For carry, you're supposed to do that. Okay, so you can skip this entire maze by going into this door. Just make sure you kind of take it on a left. Oh god. You have to be kind of, don't go straight at the door, you have to be angled a little bit to the left, and then just do a small hop, or a small jump, and you should get it pretty easily. Not too shabby. Okay, so for this guy, I back hop, but you can just run right to these stairs, that works too. Okay, don't get trolled by the holy water. You need to press your holy water button and jump at the same time in order to actually hit this guy. Now you have to jump. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, that was an epic fail. Wow, okay. Well, I'll explain the battle anyway. You're supposed... I don't know why I didn't even do it, but you need to press R, throw holy water, jump over her, and then she'll start running around. And then you simply... The best way that you can honestly do it is just hold R when she's crawling around you. Hold R and just spam holy water. It should kill her eventually. Or usually after 3 throws. I like just didn't even do that fight at all. That was really weird. So tunnel. Not a bad, it's kind of boring. I usually hit a bat there, and I don't know if it saves any lag time, but it's supposed to. I just press C up. In like any situation where you're just doing nothing, just press C up, because it's probably going to save lag time. Hold down so that you can get into here, walk forward, and whip once, whip the other one, whip the next one, and you can just kill them both easy like that. You can honestly jump right now, because even when they're in the water, they're still rising, and you should not die to the water. You can actually jump quite a bit earlier than that. Interesting double hit from my whip. Gotta take a left here. Okay, these spiders should not be spawning. Turn around, kill that last bat. Otherwise, it'll touch you. So now there's a slope jump that I always just wait for the camera to spin around. The camera does weird things here. I try and do a attach jump there. And I got that, which is cool. But like as soon as you get to the edge of this area, the camera turns. So you kind of want to wait for that to happen, and then you can do a slope jump. Okay, jump Reinhardt. There's 10 jewels here. Whoa. So only 2 torches you need to know is the 10 jewels there, and there's a power up in that torch right there. You always want to make sure, with these guillotines, you want to be jumping pretty much directly below them. It's kind of a weird way to work with them, but they're not too difficult. So you got to land on that platform to activate it. There's free jewels right here. Kill the bats or else you'll have a bad time. I usually kill them as soon as I get on the red platform. Gets me in decent enough distance. So now you gotta press R to make sure your camera is facing a decent, like almost straight. Holding like C up doesn't actually change your direction. Like if I was to face this way, you'd still notice that I'm still facing this way. Legacy of Darkness works where if you C up and look a different direction, you'll actually be facing that way. But you need to just kind of move your character to just make sure that he's facing this way. Make sure you're on this wooden block as well so that you're elevated. And now we just have to wait for the blue platform. Normally you would ride that red platform all the way around and then get on the blue one, but they all cross this path anyway. So it's kind of pointless. It's like you don't need to take the ride when you can just skip half of it or just not do half of it and just wait. You kind of have to wait like 1.5 minutes here, but that's how it'll be sometimes, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just, it saves on lag time by quite a bit actually. It's not bad at all. Okay, and so eventually there'll be 2 more yellow blockers on the right. And that's kind of how you know that the blue one's coming up in like a few seconds. Press R, and as soon as it hits the top of that green platform, you can jump, climb up, press R to whip these guys if he wants to angle correctly. I also hold up C up here just to reduce lag. Whip the boneheads as soon as they open their mouths a second time. Because yeah, again, these guys have a lot of particles, so holding C up here actually helps a little bit. It gets worse when vampires die, because I don't know why, the burning particles for vampires are stupid. It's like they're all over, and they actually do cause a lot of lag. But it doesn't matter where you are on the blue platform. However, for this like final jump, I recommend being to the left so you don't bonk your head. in the middle of this stupid elevator platform. And so once they meet up, platform to platform, you can make the jump. Again, you can task jump here, but it's quite difficult. But again, any task jump is good. Nice. Okay, you need to whip the bats. You can actually make this running jump pretty easily. I spam jump there. Believe me, I don't know why, but that jump is kind of wonky. You're just going to want to just mash A, just button mash to get that slope jump. Because sometimes he just doesn't want to jump when you want him to. There's a bunch of flame bats here, which don't make any sense, but just whip as many as you can and move on. It's still like daytime, so we're A-okay here. And you just jump your way through to Castle Center. Okay, so now I'm going to try and explain the different vampire patterns. Just whip that guy, jump over him. And now I'm going to go in here and then pause this for a second. You'll see two vampires. Okay, you were kind of actually able to see all three, but you can really only see the first two when you initially get in here. So there are 4 different kind of vampires, however you're really only going to see the random 3. The first vampire you see is the Bat Lady, which you fought in Villa at the end of it, where she just summons bats all the time. There's 4 different kinds. There's the Bat Lady, which she will always be the first one when you enter this room. And then there are our butler vampires, which are simply in the red tux. They look quite nice. There's the maids, the one in maid costumes, and then there's the workers that I call. They pretty much are in ragged clothes and look dirty. And they all have different patterns that are kind of interesting to look for when entering these fights, and like in this room in particular. Because for starters, the Bat Lady will do one of 2 things. She will either run, let's see, how can okay, I guess this would be the cursor, because she's like right here in the middle of the screen. She's either going to run diagonally almost towards my direction, like really close to me, but not like in a really kind of odd spot. She'll either run right at me, or she'll run like around like the backside and go into a corner that's like way far away, and I don't know why she does that, but she does one of the 2 things. She'll either take the narrow path or the one around and far away. If she comes to me, then that means I can take 2 steps forward, look left, and throw holy water, and she'll insta-die. If she runs all the way over, I just ignore her and try to work on the second vampire. But you were able to see that the second vampire next to her, which is random, the like second and third vampire are always random. And the second one was a butler. I hate butlers, but at the same time they can actually work quite well with you. The butler vampire will do pretty much one of 2 things. No matter what, unless if the vampire is doing nothing and you jump, it'll also jump, and you kind of don't want that to happen. Kind of works with workers as well, I believe, but butler vampire, he could do one of 2 things. He could also walk in the same path that the maiden would, or the Bat Lady. They could honestly both walk to the same spot, and I could kill them both with 1 holy water. That would be the best scenario here. Another thing it could do is just sit there and use a magic attack. It'll pretty much like set up this weird like Kamehameha thing and then just shoot a random bolt at you. It'll do one of those 2 things, pretty much guaranteed. Which also means the third vampire could do the same thing. I believe the third one is a butler as well. It's probably going to use magic unless it just doesn't do anything for a while, and then I jump towards it, and then it's just going to jump away, like way far away. It's like between workers and butlers, they both jump away if you're in the air, which is why it's kind of almost important to just stay on the ground. Unless you can somehow whip them in midair, but it's kind of difficult. So the goal here is you kind of want to find maids. Maids are your best friend. Vampire maids do 1 or 2 things. They either sit there and use their magic bolt attack like the butlers do, or they just walk towards you once you're near. Either way, if you place your holy water perfectly, you can kill them no matter what they do 100% of the time. So that's why I really enjoy when I get 2 maids behind the bat lady, because then I can just jump at them and throw holy water. You can jump towards them and they will just sit there or walk towards you. They do not jump away like the butlers or the workers do, which is kind of nice. But in the case where you're dealing with like butlers, it's like you don't really want to jump, because they will jump and they jump like really far, and I don't know why. Workers also do a stupid technique of they will almost jump away all the time. If you make one jump, it'll jump just so far away. It'll also I believe they run towards you, if I remember, because the butlers do the bolt attack. The workers will either walk towards you, and I think that's like all they do. It's like they either jump away or they just walk towards you, which is almost a reason why if I'm ever to see a worker zombie, I usually try and stun it. I almost predict, I jump towards it, whip it while it's in mid-air so it stops jumping, and then I throw holy water. That's usually what I do. You don't need to worry too much about what they do. I know I'm rambling on way too much about this, but if you practice this enough, you'll realize exactly what they do and what patterns you can see, and you can make these rooms go insanely quickly. But that's all I'm going to say about that. So like this guy walked towards me, but the other one, the bat lady, walked in a really stupid spot. So we just have to go to her and find her wherever she is. Where'd you go? Well, that was a terrible room, regardless, but like... So yeah, the second butler used magic, while the first one did walk towards me. If the bat lady walked towards me, I would have killed both of them with just a holy water, and that would have been perfect, but can't quite work every time. Okay, you can land on that railing instead of going around it, which is what you're supposed to do. I do 3 small hops up those stairs to jump over that railing on the left side so that you can get the jewel in there. You do need to grab 2 more sun cards, so I make sure to grab this one here. This is a despawning room. A bunch of lizards come, but as long as you get to the corner of the room, or basically just the end of the room, all you have to do is be across a black line. And once you're like against this wall, you should be fine. Oh crap. Oh my god. Okay. Take that back. Whenever you grab that sun card, just go in the corner. I got trolled because these stupid lizards on the left locker spawned, which is just so unlucky. But no, if you just run all the way to the corner, just do that. They'll all despawn 100% of the time. As long as you're not screwing up your jumps or walking there. You just need to get there quickly. So you need to use your sun card here, because it's nighttime, and in order to kill vampires fast, it has to be daytime, otherwise they have twice as much HP. So for this room, I step right, look up, and holy water. Again, these are butler vampires that do 2 things, and you're looking for both of them to meet in the middle, and you can kill both of them with 1 holy water. Hold up right here and jump. You have to be pretty much grinding against that wall in order to get across those flames anyway. So this is the lizard man, and where you can do the text box skip. I'll make a separate video on how to do that, because it's only a 10% chance that you get it to begin with, and when people see the pattern they don't know how to do it to begin with. So I'll make a separate video after this one probably. But Nitro, you cannot jump when having it, or else you will die. If you get hit, you die. It's a lovely item, everyone's favorite. Bring it to the first cracked wall, and then there's a cracked wall downstairs that you need to bring the other Nitro to. First, you need to grab the key. He didn't give me the pattern to do the text box skip either, so I wasn't able to do it. So you just have to talk to him, grab the key, move on. So for him clipping through this window, I simply just look at it straight, and jump through it. You need to do the smallest of hops possible. I'll tell you that right now. It's kind of tricky to do, in all honesty. But as long as your jumps are the smallest possible jumps, you'll be fine. I'm going to save here for 2 reasons. If I die here, I'd like to continue. And I do want to make that Lizardman text box skip tutorial later after this. Okay, so you need to just make sure you're in front of the first thing that falls down. You need to take like 5 steps forward and you're good. Sun card here. I just use my sword. It's faster than anything else. These guys will not hurt you, don't worry. You can touch them, run right by them. They don't do anything. There's supposed to be vampires in this room, but because you have nitro, the game's kind of nice. Make a jump here because it goes into another loading zone. So I press C up, just tap it, and it goes to action view. It makes things a lot easier. Hold up left. Oh god, that was close. There's kind of specific lines you're looking for, and I should have went more into detail, but okay. So from here, I simply walk to this black line, and then as soon as these two almost meet, I run directly down. I recommend pausing to see what black line I'm talking about, and then it's simply a matter of running straight down when the corners meet. For the cog and the like texture that I'm clipping over. So now we're just forced to walk. There's nothing in these rooms that can kill you. You can slide and like all of these. I know in Legacy of Darkness if you slide down these stairs it'll actually kill you, which is really stupid, but all you gotta do is make sure you don't fall off a ledge or something and you'll be fine. So now these motor skeletons are kind of tricky. You just stay on the right side. If you're like way over here, you're fine. And just go to the left of him. Don't even try to kill him, it's not worth it. As carry, you can actually slide under the bull's head. And it actually kind of saves some time, I think. But you're just going to have to walk around it, place the nitro. Now we can jump again. I usually jump over the bull's head because why not? It's kind of in the area to get to the door anyway. So again, you can't even kill these guys with one hit, so just hold upright and jump so that you don't get hit by them. You can't jump over these guys unless you're like frame perfect. Like that. I shouldn't have even tried, I don't know why I did. You need to use another sun card here because it's getting close to nighttime and we want a fresh new day cycle. So with this, take a step forward, throw holy water to kill this guy. Do a small hop, large hop, then throw holy water. And she should, like, you do want a perfect holy water throw that she dies like immediately. But my throw is a little off. And you have to wait quite a bit of time, oh my god, for her to actually die off. It takes like 5 seconds. But you can't open the door until all of her particles are gone, which is kind of silly. So that Mandragora that you pick up, you have to bring upstairs first. It's gotta do the whole seal bullcrap. The game still thinks you have nitro for some reason, so there's no vampires in this room. But from here on, you'll have to deal with them. Oh my god, am I really that bad? Jesus. That's an easy jump to make. So again, there's specific spots on the door where Reinhardt opens the door. You kind of want to make sure you're opening the door exactly at that spot, or try to be really as close as possible, otherwise he'll like walk away from it and it'll just take a long time for him to open the door. But again, as long as you pretty much get to the wall quick enough, they should all despawn and you open the door. I just recommend when grabbing the sun card, just go to the corner to be extra safe, because if the left locker is open, you're kind of screwed. Another note, if you need jewels, those guys drop 20. Easy jewels, but I'm already at max. So I take a step over, throw holy water. So yeah, oh, they both didn't die. Wow, that's unlucky. But as you can see, they both met up in the middle, exactly what I was hoping would happen, and you should be able to kill them both with one holy water, but the one on the right decided to survive because I didn't wait long enough to throw my holy water. Oh well. Blow that up and move on. Okay, so in case I'm gonna I try to do a task jump here while holding up the entire time. Okay, I can't do it. Did it on there, but you need to make sure you're not in front of the staircase. Otherwise, Reinhardt's fat ass won't actually be able to get up it. You need to go around and to the side, which is really odd. Oh god. Failed task jump. So, in case those that are really confused with what the hell I'm talking about when I come to a task jump, is just if you are to press A at the same time or the same frame that Reinhardt would grab a ledge, then you will jump again. It's pretty much just a double jump, but it's frame perfect. And it can be done on a lot of different ledges. It just takes quite a bit of practice to master them. So it's 2, 4, 8 for that silly puzzle. I recommend using the D-pad. It's the only way the D-pad is even useful. The camera's kind of weird here, but like you jump down left, and here you have to jump down right. Spam holy water here, and then look right and kill the other one. The one in front should die immediately. And looking right also gets rid of the lag for that first vampire. You don't really want to be looking at him at all. So again, we're going in, now we have the Mandragora, or now we need to go back downstairs and get the Mandragora and break up the other one. So you gotta move up a little bit to spawn the lizards, and then it's this black line right here is all you need to be cross that, and you will despawn the lizards. Just make sure you kind of look over here to make sure none of the lockers are opening before you leave, otherwise a lizard will come out of it. So you do have to kind of sit there for like 2 seconds. I do a standing jump and then 2 small hops to get over that ledge. Gotta jump over that railing, which isn't too bad. And now you fight vampires again. So what I do is I try to kill the bat lady with holy water, and so I jump here, whip, and then throw it here. Oh my god, she ran away. Okay, that was a pretty ugly fight. The bat lady, again, will either stand there and summon bats, or she'll run away. And I just hope that she stands there and takes the holy water and instantly dies. If there are any worker vampires in that battle, they will just run towards you, so stand like in the holy water and they'll just go in the holy water and die. So she should insta-die like that. So that when you grab the Mandragora, it's been like 3, 4, 5, and you're good to open the door. That's the fastest way of doing that room, but it's kind of tricky. Holy water does a random amount of damage when you throw it on initial impact. It does 0, 20, 40, 60, or 80 damage, and I think vampires only have 50 HP. So as long as it's one of the 2 good throws, she'll instantly die on impact. Okay, so now we're coming up to the bullfight. It's not a hard battle, but you do need to practice it. There's specific positions that you're kind of looking for, and it might be hard to see on this video, but just try your best. I will explain it as best as I can. So for the first part, you need to destroy his back legs. Oh god, just hold left, and it'll set you directly here. Wait for him to jump up, and hold left and throw holy water. Now jump direct. I just hold straight down, and I jump about 8 times to where there's this line right here. I'm standing on it. Just be to the left of that line and hold down and jump. He'll charge you, get in front of him, so that he stands on his 2 hind legs. Jump towards his legs. Oh wow, that actually hit me. That's awkward. And now you have to deal with his head. That'll kill his legs instantly. I throw as much holy water as like possible here. Destroy his head and look away. There's so much lag going on here. Don't get pushed too far. God dang. So there's a weird trick. It's not even a trick, it's just a bug, where if you're holding C up and getting pushed by an enemy, you will continue to get pushed by like nothing. I did not need to throw 2 holy waters there, but that works. And he blows up. I would recommend grabbing the healing. It's like might as well, but I won't need it. Rosa is another fight that's kind of awkward. Here's all you need to know. For the beginning of it, you do a small hop to the right and whip. She will then shoot fireballs. All you have to do is crouch and then whip again. She will then spin around and do her shockwave. Jump over it, whip her again. She will then charge at you and slash you. You just do a side or a back hop backwards, whip her again, and then from there on it's kind of random. It seems like those 4 attacks are always guaranteed, and then normally after that she usually does another shockwave of attack, but she does frickin' the fireballs as well. So that part's kind of random, but it shouldn't matter. Either way, you should have a very clean fight here if you do it properly. So I do like a side hop, even though I missed that. That's clever. Wow. Nice. Wow! You also need to be kind of patient. If you whip her as fast as possible, you will not get your hits in properly. You need to wait like a half a second before whipping again. That was terrible, but she pretty much did everything I said she'd do. I don't know, you don't need to go on the left side, but I don't think it matters. Just gotta activate the mechanism and move on. Now the fastest way of getting through this bridge that I'm going to go across is if you're on the direct ledge. If you're on the very edge of this bridge, you will get across it as fast as possible. But I do not want to take that chance because camera can get really weird there. And so I'm just gonna slash my way through these guys. Okay, so dual tower. Very easy stage. You need to fight these guys with holy water. Pretty much spam as much as you possibly can. I got a little up close and personal with that guy. Holy cow, this guy's taking way too long. If he drops jewels, pick them up. Okay, so you kind of wait for the second one to pop up and then jump on it. You can actually run off of it to get to this platform that you're looking to grab onto. Be very careful with your jumps. And now here, do a small hop and just kind of align yourself so that you land on this platform. Easy every time. Now this is one of the areas where I would highly recommend healing, because you have one more boss fight and you don't want to screw it up. But I'm sure it'll be fine for me, but I'll use it just because you never know what could happen. I normally don't use it though, but this is definitely one of the areas where you should. So as long as you climb this properly, the pattern on the top side should always be the same, where the spiky platform, you're gonna have to wait for it. Here, wait, climb up, jump across to grab this ledge, and then you can climb up and move on. Do small hops to land on this platform, and you can jump across. This guy's kind of annoying, but again, holy water does great things. I actually I didn't realize I could press R in that battle. Well, if you press R, you're guaranteed to be focused on him, and it makes things easier. So again, the second platform that gets up here, you can run and jump off of it to get to here. You need to be really careful on your jumps. Oh, he didn't... What was that? He just didn't grab. What the hell? Okay, we're doing it again. Now this is... What was that holy water? Oh my god. I can't press R on this battle though, which is weird. Oh god. Okay, I was like, please don't grab the axe. That would have been awful. Well, here's a problem. I will not have any more power-ups. Once you lose or die in any area after Castle Center, you cannot get your power-ups back. There is a spot in Tower of Execution, but it's such a waste of time that it's not even worth it. Well, actually, no, it would be worth it. Oh god. Please don't mess up. Okay. We're just gonna move on. You do have to get up these fairly quickly. Hello, Reinhardt. That was a perfect holy water throw. That's why pressing R is kind of nice. Oh, we got all of our power-ups back. That's funny. Okay, dual tower kind of helped us out here. What was that? Like, I'm actually confused what that jump just was. Jesus. Okay, these platforms come pretty quickly, so be kind of careful. They swing really fast. So just make sure you're safe. That's all you need to do. So luckily we have both of our power-ups, so I guess this is fine. Okay, Tower of Execution is also Tower of Lag. Try your best not to get hit by these. Guillotines are random. That's the only thing that is RNG heavy. Okay, like everything you see here is just all positioning and timing. This is actually a very easy stage. Do 2 small hops here. The nice thing about the lag is that it's easy to kind of make sure your jumps are perfect. You have to run to the right to spawn this Medusa head so that you don't jump into it. Make sure your jumps are pretty precise here so that you don't grab and clear the gap properly. I try and task jump here, and if I fail, you're just kind of forced to whip that guy. Or kill the bat. Those bats are pretty harmless. But again, killing them is supposed to save lag time. Oh god, this is awkward. Work as best as you can around that. You can always just move on. You don't have to wait for that platform. It'll always be ready by the time you get there. You can never task jump that spot, but this one is pretty easy. Except I messed it up anyway. This time I'm going to take the left side. It doesn't matter which side you take, but since there's guillotines on the right, I'm just going to take the left. And there's a red skeleton that doesn't die, so just have to make sure he doesn't hit you with the bones. And now here's a spot that's kind of tricky. You normally are just going to have to wait. Like, stand as far to this edge as possible so that this bonehead's flames doesn't really hit you at all. Oh god, can I not look this way? Oh my god. I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Probably. I was gonna say, god. Okay, so once that platform moves up far enough, it'll finally allow you to kind of jump across. Otherwise, you'll bump your head on that platform that I'm standing on right now. Nice task jump there. Can you hit this guy? Just stun him. That's all you need to do. So, because if you get hit by his bone, you'll probably fall off the map and die. More than likely. Whipping the boneheads is also another good way to just not get hit. It's a pretty safe strat. And that's Tower of Execution. That was very weird. Like, don't press R where I did. I just, like, I screwed myself with the camera angle in that area. So now you fight death here. You can't do the skip that you can with carry. Use the sun card so that death is twice as easy. And usually I just do a small hop forward and then see what happens. It's pretty RNG heavy. You just need to get to him as fast as possible. He dies fairly quickly. Wow, that's unlucky. He charges at this point. Just... wow, he actually hit me there. This is a terrible fight. Holy crap. Just hit death. Holy moly. Like, that's one thing you don't want to see him do. You want him to spawn fish, because then he doesn't have particles where you can get annoyed with. Because he just auto-aims for the damn scythes, which is stupid. Hold left, try dash jump here. I can also dash jump that cog right there, but it's, again, not one that I'm used to. I can jump directly onto this cog. I do quite a few dash jumps here, or try to at least. There's like 6 of them that I do in this room altogether. Okay, that one was terrible, but oh well. Either way, just get through the room and you're fine. The next room is the only room you need to kind of worry about, because there's flames going on and you kind of have to do some parkour jumping to get across them. So the only bonehead we're going to kill is the one in the corner where the key's at. So I wait, he'll throw that one, and then I whip, and I grab this, grab the key, hello, and jump across. All you really have to do is time it with that bonehead in the middle with his fireballs, because as long as you're not getting hit by him, then you're fine. I hold directly down here, so that, and then I also have to like switch my joystick to up when the camera rolls around, but if you do it properly you will just land on that platform where the key is on. Otherwise you would just normally land on the ledge, and Reinhardt should grab it anyway as long as you're holding up. And more climbing. There are times Reinhardt does not like to grab here, and it's super annoying, and that could even cause death. But either way, that's it. Clock tower is pretty easy. It's really short. I press R here to get the camera better, because you're just gonna want to. And then you skip all your way up to Dracula's castle. All the doors here need to be opened in the middle, except the very last one for Dracula's castle needs to be opened on the far left. Cutscene happens here where you just hold down left and then just open the door. There's also some invisible panels here, so you don't want to jump directly in the middle of these staircases for whatever reason. This next room, Reinhardt can actually clip through this door. Again, I'm pretty sure you have to be angled kind of left and do a small hop. I guess it's more straight on than left, actually. It's kind of a weird spot. I haven't really mastered that one yet, but you can clip through that door, and if you do it on first or second try, you save time. So for this, you need to switch your camera from normal view to battle view. It's just easier that way. And now this battle goes quickly as long as he doesn't teleport like much at all. He can teleport up to 3 times. So if he keeps teleporting once like he's doing right now, then this battle's amazing. Oh my god. That's awkward. Shockwave is like the least favorite of my attacks because he puts his head down and it's actually kind of hard to hit him properly. But if you have no power-ups going into this area, there's also fireballs that he spawns or throws at you, and they actually drop power-ups. So if you need to grind for power-ups, it's a good spot to do it. Is just wait for him to shoot fireballs and then destroy the fireballs when they come at you. And You should be able to get a power-up eventually. He also drops chicken. So now we have to jump through this. Again, once you get through these cutscenes like this, the camera is really weird. So if you want to wait for the camera to fix itself, you can. Otherwise, you just kind of have to roll your joystick around. So Anime Dracula, or Drac 2, is all on audio. Hopefully you have stereo, because you have to listen to where he is. He can teleport up to 2 times. He's to the right of me because I can hear him. That is how I know. You can just stand at a specific spot, hope that he doesn't spawn all the way in the corner, like the farthest corner from you. I couldn't, like, I don't know why, I heard it in both ears. That was weird. Hello? Oh my god, I wasn't close enough. So if you get close to him and crouch, you can actually hit him twice. It's kind of hard to pull off, but I can try it again here. Yeah, like that. What is he doing? Oh, that's a shockwave. You almost never see that. If you see that, you're doing really badly. Wow, I'm doing this battle so poorly. It's fine though. That's unlucky. I'm gonna pick this up just to be safe. Okay, so now for this next fight, I will explain it just as easy as possible. It is a very easy fight. You hold upright, jump, whip, and that'll cause him to do 2 attacks. He'll do his fire breath when you jump, and then he'll swipe at you when you're to the right of him, and then you can jump inside of him and kill him. It's such an easy fight. So, like I said, hold upright. As long as you get this camera angle, you're good. Jump inside of his tail, like so. Crouch, because as long as you're in the middle of the tail, that shock blast will not hit you. So it's literally like a 13-second fight every time. It is super easy. Easiest end boss fight ever. So again, that is going to be it. That is Castlevania 64 in a nutshell. That dual tower was just really weird. Again, for some reason Reinhardt will just sometimes not grab ledges, and you will just die because of it, and that is exactly what you saw in dual tower. Luckily I was able to get all my power-ups back and do the rest of it as if nothing happened, but it's still awkward when stuff like that happens. Either way, it's a very easy run. Not too much difficulty, because I'm not gonna lie, all the tricks are super easy. Except for left tower skip, there really isn't a pattern on how to do that yet. There is a little one, but it's super difficult. Most people just back hop into the corner and do it. I highly recommend going to Winglebert's channel. I'll probably put a link in the description. He has a lot of tricks where you can probably just look at his channel and see a lot of tricks that he has found. He also tends to go pretty in depth, but there's not much else other than left tower skip, the back hopping strat, if you wanted to look at it. I will try and find a different method for Reinhardt though, because for right now left tower skip is really difficult. But again, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Give it a like if it helped in any way. Comment if you need any more details on what's going on. Let me know how things go, and I hope to see you guys running the game soon. I am Ty2358. I stream over at Twitch. I run this game every now and then. Have the world record for Reinhardt as well. Carry to be soon. But yeah, that'll do it. Did this in about an hour, so not bad, not bad. Yeah, if you have any questions, just comment, let me know, and I will gladly help you out as best as possible. I'm going to start working on the other skips and tricks and try and make a good video on it. So, hope you guys enjoy. Hope it helps. Take it easy. Stay awesome. We'll talk to you next time.